Okay, this is a video about folders for teachers, specifically folders for specialist teachers, so that it makes it easier for them to mark the work after the students have submitted. So let's say we're going to have an activity, so I'm going to go up here to the plus button, I'm going to click on that and I'm going to set an activity, assign activity. And I'm going to assign this activity here, this word processing activity. I'm going to aim at Year 4 students. Okay, so I'm a specialist computer teacher, so I'm going to click on that activity. Yep, this is good, this is what I like. I'm going to say assign. When I go to assign it, I'm going to find the class that I want to assign it to. So let's say I want to assign it to some Year 4 classes. Let's say these 3 Year 4 classes, I want to assign my computer activity. Now, I can tick on those and that'll assign it to the activity. Fantastic, it's great. If I want to be very specific, I can go through to edit students and folders and skills as well. But at this stage, folders is the key thing that we're looking at. So, Year 4 Sharks, I can click on the word folders. If I'm a teacher who only teaches certain students in the class, I could choose the specific students that I want it to go to. So if you're an Arabic teacher and you're only teaching certain students, you take off all the students and you select the ones that you want, right? So that's the first thing you could do. Second thing is folders. We go to folders here and we can create a folder for our subject area. And you can see here, some teachers have already gone through and done that for you. They've created the folders. So, but there's not a computer one there. So I'm going to click Create Folder. I'm going to choose the colour of the folder that I want, and I'm going to write computers. And then I'm going to hit the tick button. Now I hit the tick button, it doesn't send my activity yet, it just confirms that that's the folder that I want my activity to be assigned into. Now if you've gone further and you've looked at all of your skill levels, you could go and click into skills and you could also assign a skill. So for me, this activity is an IT activity, it's an information technology, using IT beyond school, so I could say that's the skill that I want them to look at, Key Stage 1. I could go down and find another part of maybe a Key Stage 2, creating and debugging, predicting behaviour, those sort of things, simple instructions, I could do that one. Okay, so they're the skills that I want to use and I can click tick on that as well. So now for my Year 4 students, I've got 27 students who are going to get the activity. It's going to be saved into one folder which is called computers and I've attached 2 skills to it. So I could do the same for this class. I could go edit students, folders, create a new folder, computers. Now once you've created the folder the first time, the computer folder will always be there, right? So you don't need to go and create it every single time. Once you've created it once, it's always going to be in this class. You have to press the tick button in between each to make sure that that folder has been created, and then you can go through and do the skills same as I did before, and we're just going to hit tick, that's correct. Now this time I go into this class, exactly the same situation. I'm going to go in, select the students I want, go to folders, create my computers folder for the first time, click the tick button, go into skills, attach the skills that I want to attach, click the tick button, and then we're going to go ahead and assign that activity. So now I've got the one activity is being sent to 3 classes, it's being sent to the specific students that I've chosen, and it's being put in a folder called computers. So for the purpose of this video, I'm actually going to assign this activity. So I'm going to hit assign, and it's gone to those 3 classes and I've just sent it out right now. Now, if I go to those classes, after the students have done the work, this is the key to using folders, right? So I'm going to go and navigate my way to Year 4, to the whale class. I can check the activities. My activity should be there as a computer activity. There it is. Word processing. I've told them what to do. After the students, and you can see down here, it's actually in a folder, in a computers folder. Now, after the students do the responses, so once the students have done 2 or 3 of these activities and they've done a response, when I get to the journal and there are things to be approved, they'll be in a folder, and you can double click on the folder and only the activities that are in that folder will come up. So as a computer teacher, I double click on the folder, it'll be down here, it'll say computers, I'll double click on that computers folder and only the computer activities will come up, so I can go through and mark them all in one go. I don't need to navigate through all the other work the students have done, I can go just to my folder for my subject area. Now in terms of Classroom teachers, when you see it, you can just ignore the ones that have got other subject areas there, the ones that have got the computers or PE or music or whatever they are. You just know that you don't have to assess any of those because they're in a folder for a different subject area. You only need to assess the ones, the activities that you've assigned. Okay, so that's a simple layout of how to set up folders, how to put your activities into folders in specific classes, and then you can go and assess those by going into those classes, finding the activities that have got the folders and just clicking on the folders.